Hello, you're listening to the OmniTalk Fast 5, brought to you in partnership with Microsoft, the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Takeoff, Sezzle, and Silk. All right, headline number 3. According to CNBC, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon recently said that rising theft at Walmart could lead to price increases and store closures. Speaking on Squawk Box, McMillon said, "Theft is an issue. It's higher than what it has historically been," end quote. McMillon's remarks also came on the heels of Target reporting last month that shoplifting has jumped about 50% year over year, leading to more than $400 million in losses in just this fiscal year alone. Chris, this is also A&M's Put You on the Spot question.
Ooh.
Going to you again for the second week in a row.
Good pick.
They want to know, they say it's interesting, though perhaps not surprising given tighter consumer wallets nowadays, that we're seeing retailers use theft as a key driver of economic performance. Other than increased law enforcement, what do you see, which is what Doug McMillon said in the interview multiple times, we partner with local law enforcement, what do you see as some progressive actions and potential tech investments that retailers should be considering to reduce the potential impact of theft?
Wow, that's a really awesome question. Again, consistently bringing it every week. We thank the A&M team so much for that. Before I answer that question, though, I want to say first a couple things just about the announcement in general. That one, I'm a little skeptical here because I think McMillon is trying to seed some down news about holiday potentially with this announcement. I'm curious about that.
There's smoke. There's smoke in here.
My ears are ringing, but because it seems like it could be a page out of the new Retailers Wall Street Set Expectations Low playbook, particularly because Target, as you said, did the very same thing. And also there was a report this week from Placer AI that, interestingly, Walmart's store traffic was down 5% on Black Friday. And there's also been a lot of questions in the media and people we've been talking to about the whole report that they won Black Friday searches to. That's starting to sound a little dubious as well. And so for me, the question I have is, what is actually driving the theft? Is it smash and grabs, Ann? Is it more self-checkout activity, which is more prone to like theft, which could be intentional theft or non-intentional theft?
Yep.
You know, we just don't know. So without more detail, to me, it's kind of careless to make statements like this, in my opinion. So is theft a growing issue? Probably, sure. But is it a reason to raise prices and close stores across full-size Walmarts?
Yeah.
I kind of doubt that. I'm guessing that you do too. So back to the question then.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think about A&M's question?
So back to the question. What would I do about it? If I believe all the smoke and mirrors here and I say, okay, what am I going to do about it? Here's what I do. Number one, I'm a big believer in controlled entry and exit points.
Yep.
The cost and the math it would take, and I did it this morning, to staff 1 or 2 people at the entrances of, say, a Target or a Walmart during peak hours would be worth it if you believe the numbers being thrown around, like $400 million. Incremental. That's incremental dollars, right? Say nothing to the fact that I think it could lead to better consumer experiences down the road via scan and go checkout situations.
Yeah.
So I asked the question, like, why can't every Target or Walmart be designed like a Costco's or Sam's at entry and exit?
Totally
Especially
agree.
if already Walmart has Walmart Plus starting to come into play. Is that really a reason for me to shop somewhere else because I have a controlled entry and exit point? I think it's worth the thought exercise. Like, how much does that experience change your opinion of a Walmart or a Target? I mean, Walmart had greeters for years. I agree. I don't think it changes mine.
I mean,
at all.
Costco's not having any issue.
Right.
Sam's Club's not having any issue. Like, what could you possibly have a problem with at that? Like, maybe I guess there's the longer distance to an entrance or exit or parking or something, but.
I mean, you have to wait to get out, I guess, but like, come on. I mean, I think it's worth experimenting, especially if you have a store in an area where this is an issue.
Yes.
And then the second thing I'd say is computer vision.
Yep.
I think people should be at least looking at it for monitoring self-checkouts and your high theft items on shelf immediately.
Yep.
Like, call the likes of the Everseens of the world who're working with Kroger on that. Deploying computer vision at self-checkout to alert people when there is theft, both incidental and intentional.
Yep.
And you know who we haven't heard anyone complain about? Who hasn't complained about theft?
Who?
Kroger. I haven't heard one word from Kroger complaining about theft, at least from my memory. Not saying
and
that
they
still
sell razors and other liquor
they
and all the other locked
just
items.
Like everyone else. So those are my 2 things: controlled entry and exits, computer vision. That's what I would do. But what do you think?
I do think the numbers that are being reported are startling. Like, Target's up 50, theft is up 50%. But the other question that I have about this reporting and the Squawk Box interview, I'm sorry, but Doug McMillon, this is being blown up into such a big headline from like basically 2 sound bites from Doug McMillon where he said the same thing over and over again. But so I guess I'm curious, like, does this also include online theft? Because we haven't heard it. Like, remember when we interviewed Signified's Bennett? He was talking to us just about, like, the curbside pickup and, like, all the theft that's happening there. And, like, is that inclusive of this, or is it just the smash and grabs that you're talking about? Like, I feel like we have to get more granular
It's a
on,
great
like,
point. I'm assuming it doesn't, but I don't know.
Which areas we're talking about here. But I totally agree with you. To answer A&M's question, I think single entry and exit points, more RFID tagging on products. Yep. I think more showrooming, like looking at what Best Buy is doing and some of these other stores, like, does it make sense for you to showroom or also to have more locker pickup? Like, how are you, is there ways that you can still make a convenient shopping experience for people, but like it doesn't have to be going into the store, and like you just have more control over who and what is happening in the stores.
Yeah.
And last point I'll make.
Yeah.
I went to our local Walmart because I tried to test Walmart curbside pickup this week.
Curbside pickup and returns, right?
And returns, sorry. Yes, Walmart returns. I did curbside pickup. That works.
Yeah.
Returns did not.
Did not.
So I spent a giant portion of
really
my Sunday in the line at the Walmart, which was right across from the Walmart has a fully staffed police department there, like a satellite police office. There was four officers that were fully staffed there, 2 squads parked outside, like, and they are there all the time.
That's the holidays.
So I have a hard time when Doug McMillan's like, we just got to increase law enforcement. Like, you got a police station in your store. Like, how much more can you be doing here?
The marginal effort of that's not going to work very much. I hear what you're saying.
Sorry.
Yeah, but again, it goes to the point. Like, why wouldn't you start experimenting with these things in those areas? At least in my
It's got to be less expensive than having a police station in front of the store. Yeah. I don't know.
Although who's fitting the bill for that too is another question.
All right. We went down a rabbit hole.
Why he got on the political stump for that too.
Yeah, right.